Let me turn down my microphone a little bit. Yeah, it was real loud last time. Okay, so lesson 2, using metric measurement and area models to represent tenths as fractions greater than 1 and decimal numbers. So very similar to the first lesson, but now we're going to go more than one whole. So, and let's take a look. Take a look at the homework. So I'm not doing the exact same problems, just very similar problems. Okay, so 3 ones and 8 tenths. Now, I'm going to pretend like I'm shading these in because that's what you're supposed to be doing. So shade in. If you see here that each of these is one whole, and there are 10 pieces, so there's 10 tenths in there, which is, you remember from the first lesson, 1/10 can be written as 1 over 10, 1/10, or it can be written as 0.1. Either way, it's 1/10. So this is 1/10, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths. 10 tenths is one whole. So if I shade in one of these area models, I'm shading in one whole or 10 tenths, same thing. So this is 3 ones and 8 tenths. Well, 3 one holes would be shade in 1 hole, shade in 2 holes, shade in 3 holes, and then 8 tenths. So shade in 1/10, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 8 tenths. So you would have 2 unshaded here, an entire hole unshaded. So you'd have 3 and 8 tenths, and then you would write it as 3 and 8 over 10, 3 and 8 tenths. Or are we supposed to write it as a decimal as well? Let me just see here. Yeah, might as well. You could write 3.8, same thing. 3 and 8 tenths, same thing. So down here, 4 and 1/10, 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, and 1/10 shaded in. Boom. But it equals what? What's another form that it equals? 4.1 is 4 and 1/10. So it's just a continuation of yesterday's lesson. You probably get it by now. 1 and 4 tenths. So that's 1 hole shaded in. 1/10, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths shaded in. So 1 and 4 tenths. As a decimal, 1.4. Boom. All right. How much more is needed to get to 5? So you count up. If we stopped at 1 and 4 tenths, then we have 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, and unshaded here would be 6 tenths. So 3 and 6 tenths, 3 and 6 tenths, or 3.6. Oh, and then they try to get tricky with this. Whatever. 33 tenths. Hey, well, there's 10 tenths shaded in, 20 tenths shaded in, 30 tenths shaded in, 31 tenths, 32 tenths, 33 tenths shaded in. So it's equivalent to 3 holes and 3 tenths. 3 and 3 tenths. Or, as a decimal, 3.3. How much more to get to 5? Well, we got 2 holes here. And then unshaded, we would have had 7 tenths. So 2 and 7 tenths, also known as 2.7. So that should do it. And then actually you have another page that's, no you don't. That's it. Okay. All right.